Let's go over 3 types of squats. The first is basic or narrow squat, where your heels are underneath your hips and your toes are pointing forward. Second one is sumo squat, where your feet are wider and turned out. And the final one we'll go over is plie squat, where your feet are even wider and your hips are more externally rotated. With basic squat, actually with all 3 of these squats, I want you to think about, and I've talked about this before, the tripod of the foot, which is the base of the heel, and then under the ball of the foot near the base of the big toe and the little toe. So those 3 points, you want to think about getting even weight bearing through those 3 points on both of your feet. With basic or narrow squat, feel your hip bones right here and check to make sure your heels are directly underneath those hip bones. As you squat, you want to keep your chest lifted so your back stays flat as you come down. And you'll just come down and up. So a couple things to keep track of while you're doing this is, first of all, your hips are going back. So while your knees are in line with your toes, tracking in the same direction, they're not going out over your toes. So your hips slide back. Keep that weight even through your feet. And then take a look in a mirror and make sure that your knees are tracking forward, not collapsing in as you come down. So if they are coming in, a couple ways to work on that. First of all, focus on keeping the weight evenly distributed through your feet and your knees in line as you come down. If that's not working for you, you might want to try just turning the feet out slightly. And again, knees should stay in line with the way the toes are pointing when you go into your squat. But some people are just a little bit more externally rotated in their hips, or they have tightness that doesn't allow this straightforward position. So if you need to, you can adjust a little bit to come out. Sumo squat, you have a little bit wider base of support, so it's really a good position for heavier weightlifting. You want to make sure that your hips are going back so you're not driving weight out over your toes. Chest is lifted as you come down. Weight is even through your feet, whether you're barefoot or wearing shoes. And then if you're using weights, I see a lot of people coming down with weights here. Make sure that you keep your shoulders back and your chest open as you come down into that position. Then finally, plie squat. This is a little bit harder position, I think, for a lot of people, because you're asking the hips to really turn out and you're working on flexibility as you come down and a lot of balance through the foot. Again, watch the knees so they're tracking in line with the direction of the toes. Adjust your feet in or out as you need to where you feel balanced and you're not going out over the toes. So drop down, abs in, shoulders back, and come up. When you start these, you probably won't be able to go down real low. You can work into more range of motion, pressing the knees. Most of us usually need to press the knees back so we're not collapsing forward. So I would encourage you to try all 3 of these squats, and if one perhaps feels a little bit more challenging to you, that might be the one that you need to work on. Just take it slow and work on your form.